All right, guys. So rookie mini camp is officially underway for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's always a cool time because any kind of Jaguars content is always good, and it's also the first time we actually get to see our newly drafted rookies in their Jaguar uniforms. We got our first look at Travon Walker, Chad Muma, Devin Lloyd, even undrafted free agent Kevin Austin Jr. out there. It was obviously a cool day. Then Twitter's kind of going crazy with a bunch of different videos and tweets and everything related to it. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about kind of some of the stuff that I saw today. Now, this rookie mini camp is a little bit different compared to the last few years. The number one thing is that now that the pandemic is over in the NFL's eyes, they don't have any kind of C-19 restrictions or anything. Now everything is back open to the media, to local media, which is good because it is more content for us to look at. And, we saw a bunch of cool videos come out today. I'll post different, various videos throughout this video that I saw kind of out there on Twitter. And so that is one thing. The media is out there, which is good because more content for that. And also, the Jaguars' practice fields are under construction. The ones that are kind of located right outside the north end zone, the northwest end zone, I believe it is. It is actually completely under construction. It's torn down. So the Jaguars will not be holding any practices there as it's going to be under construction up until next year. And that's also going to affect us people that like to go to training camps. I've been to, at least one or two training camp practices, pretty much every year since I've been at college. It's a really must go to event for me. It's a lot of fun. It's a cool atmosphere. I live for that, man. I really, really love it. Unfortunately, this year, it's not going to be open to public. The Jaguars will be practicing at Episcopal this year, Episcopal High School. So yeah, we won't really get to see that, which will be disappointing. And I'm wondering what the practice fields are going to look like once they're all done. I know there's I've seen some renderings, but honestly, I've seen so many renderings involving the Jaguars over the last 10 years between Shipyard, Lot J, practice field, even stadium. Honestly, they're all kind of run together for me. It is cool that this is actually under construction right now. So I'm pretty excited to see what it looks like when it is actually completed. But for the time being, it is unfortunate just because the open public availability, it will be kind of closed down. So yeah, that's up with that. And a little bit about this rookie minicamp and what it is. Now it's a 3-day minicamp involving all the Jaguars rookie draft picks, undrafted free agents, and a bunch of guys here on tryout bases. I don't have the exact number of people here, but there's a good amount of players out there. And the big confusion is that a lot of these tryout players, I remember Jimmy Smith, Jaguars legend Jimmy Smith, his son is out there on the practice fields, and a lot of people are really excited about that. They're like, "Oh my God, we signed Jimmy Smith's son," but it's only on a tryout basis. There's a very good chance that he won't even be here for training camp. It's just they got to get bodies and they got to get more than 8 guys in here, or however, I don't know how many guys there are, undrafted free agents and draft picks combined, but there's not enough to field or legit practice. So yeah, that's what they're kind of here for. So and Jimmy Smith's son, we'll kind of see what happens. He's trying out at running back right now, out of Wyoming. So a little bit more about this is that Peterson had his press conference today. It was cool kind of seeing him. We've kind of seen him in Jags gear, but nothing really under a real Jaguars practice situation. And we got to see that, the hair coming out of the visor, looking good in his Jag gear. He talked, just a little bit about Trevor Lawrence and the draft picks and just a little, kind of general coaches stuff. It's all out there on the Jaguars YouTube page if you want to see that. Now, the big story out of camp is Jaguars' number 1 overall pick, Travon Walker. Rightfully so. He's the number 1 overall pick. He's out there with a bunch of other rookies and tryout guys. So he is really just a beast out there is what everyone's saying. He's out there pushing sleds. He's practicing in coverage. He's, doing different one-on-one drills or different position drills, I should say. And he looks strong. He looks big, especially when compared to Aiden Hutchinson. He looks a lot bigger than Aiden Hutchinson at this moment. So hopefully this turns out to be the good pick. The one thing, he's had media availability today, and he spoke about how, he went back to Georgia and he's rehabbing a little bit, which was interesting to me. I don't think he has any like major injury, or else he would be really held out. It's probably something really minor, but I'm wondering what this is stemming from. Obviously, his last game he played at Georgia was 4 months ago, so it can't be anything from that. Was it a workout issue? I know he got like a fender bender. I don't know. It was just kind of weird that, he mentioned that he was rehabbing and nobody in the local media followed that up with what exactly is going on. But Travon Walker, that's a guy that will continue to monitor. Obviously, the Jaguars put a huge investment in him and he took a huge risk on him. Hopefully that pays out because, if he turns out to be the best player from this draft, it's going to be pretty amazing. It's going to lead to some results in the win-loss column. I'll just say that. So there's some Travon Walker. There wasn't a lot of like Chad Muma or Devin Lloyd kind of video because, linebackers you don't really see a lot. But it's cool. I mean, Travon Walker repping the number 44. Devin Lloyd repping a number 33. They're kind of saying that Chad Muma and Devin Lloyd were talking a lot out there to each other, which is good because I imagine, they're going to be on the field a lot together, especially compared to, because I don't even know if any of the other guys that were out there on the field, any of their other linebackers going to make the team. So there was that. Another guy to look at is undrafted wide receiver Kevin Austin Jr. He's a guy that's on a lot of people's radars out of Notre Dame, and I'll make a video more about him later this week. He had a pretty good snag at practice this week, from, I think, the Perry quarterback, the guy that we signed. I'm blanking on his name, but he was an undrafted guy that the Jaguars spent a good amount of cash on. So Kevin Austin Jr., he's a undrafted wide receiver to kind of monitor. So with this, the Jaguars, I mean, I guess in these mini camps, it's really not a lot to take from it because there's really not a lot going on. I mean, it's no contact. It's mostly just like positional drills that go on. There was some 7-on-7 work with a little bit of 11-on-11 work, but I think it's more just seeing these guys in a uniform, seeing kind of what their, fundamentals are looking like, kind of testing out their power, their strength, and just kind of getting the coaches a feel for, these guys on a practice field and kind of getting these guys ready for OTAs because, this was their, and one reason why I really do enjoy like the draft, for example, and even just watching these rookies' careers is that, look, us as fans, we see all these rookies come through, whether they're like highly drafted rookies like like Dante Fowler Jr. at number 3 overall, or if it's like undrafted guys like Allen Hurns. We've seen all these different rookies come through here. They all kind of blur together. But at the same time, when you really take the perspective from a player's point of view, these players only have one career. Travon Walker will never have another first practice at a rookie minicamp ever again. So these guys are learning a lot, and they're taking in a lot, and it's really cool for them. They're kind of getting up to speed with what an NFL practice is like before they go out there with the veterans. Because right now, Travon Walker is the man amongst men on that defensive line group out there right now. And then at the end of May, he's going to be out there with guys like Josh Allen, Arden Key, DeJuan Smoot, just different guys playing similar positions where it's going to be a lot different than what it is out there today. So that's, I guess, just one perspective to kind of look at things at. But yeah, 3-day mini camp is going to go on tomorrow, Saturday, and also Sunday before they take a little bit of a break. And then they, we go on to the end of May where OTAs start. And then we get the little summer break before training camp. So it's an exciting time. Obviously, right now is a time where everything's positive. We've kind of laid out everything we feel about the draft, but now this is our team. We move forward with this team, and hopefully we just kind of sit here and hope for the best, I guess, to say the least. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are and were about really what happened during rookie mini camps. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Go Jags. You guys watched the whole video. Really appreciate that. You guys can subscribe to the channel for the best source of Jaguars news on the YouTube platform. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at UCF_Jaguar. And you can become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month for exclusive channel content. Thank you guys, and go Jags.